Hi, my name is Erika Schreck, and I want to tell you a story. Almost 20 years ago, I was at a bookstore in Taos, New Mexico, and I was crouching down to grab a book off the bookshelf, and a book on a higher shelf literally fell out and onto me, hitting me in the head. Can't make this up, right? So I'm looking at this book and thinking, wow, there must be something significant about this. It's not that the book was loose, or you can believe me or not believe me, but this actually happened. So the book was based in shamanic tradition and was associated with certain native tribes. And it had beliefs and ideas and insights about transformation and how to approach transformation, right? And so I read it, I was inspired by it, wrote some notes in the margins, took it in, and it wasn't until more than a decade later that I found myself in a very difficult place. And I wasn't even sure if I wanted to stay on the planet, to be honest. I had just gotten out of a very abusive, toxic, icky relationship. And then not long after, my beloved dog died. So there was a lot going on. There were money issues and all the things were happening. And again, can't make this up, at my own bookshelf in my home and going to get something, and I pull a book out, and out with that book comes and falls on the floor the same book that fell on me and hit me in the head. So I said, okay, and I needed it, and I read it again. And I started then having dreams, and I started having these huge aha moments of, at that point when I was doing a lot of teaching, and in terms of spirituality, I had then been doing Reiki for a while, tarot readings, totem animal readings. I was being spiritually guided to create something with this because I had been taking to heart these paths of transformation, but integrating my own tools and skills at that point. Spiritually, my knowledge with the chakras, my energy work, my use of ritual and ceremony, and working with altars. It was all coming together. And so if you were witnessing me in my life right now, my private life, I was sitting in this room doing a lot of journeying, meditating. And on that wall over there, it was covered in these 7 paths of transformation and had ideas and post-it notes. And it was just a beautiful unfolding, really. And I realized what I was creating was a system. So I did create a system and a course and called it Walking the Spiritual Warrior Paths of Transformation. And it was very successful. People were really transforming. I had people who were deep in grief. One was a caregiver for her mother and remarked that if she had not been in my course, even she called it the eye of the storm, so to speak. Her mother was dying of cancer, that she would not have made it, that she would not have had the tools, the skills, the sanity. I had another person really struggling with just feeling really lonely and just wanting relationship, a job that actually made her happy. And within a couple years, she created those things. And so I was realizing, whether it was, bigger changes or people who just knew that something had to change, and really knew and witnessed, not only first for myself, but then through all these people and examples, how successful and helpful this system and these approaches really were. And so this mindful, this insightful, this working on within, and really the idea of taking small, consistent steps to create bigger and more consistent, long-lasting change, it was a thing. And it works. And so I'm here to speak to you now in 2023 because I have a special offering. I am expanding, refining, upgrading this amazing system that I created, and I'm going to put it on an online platform. I'm going to add even more to it, even more support and resources, bonuses, and I'm offering it to a select group. So the first 13 people who register and invest at a pricing that's really generous for 8 weeks and includes a lot of things, and I'll tell you more about that, the details, for only $497. So for $497 for 8 weeks of support, lifetime access for both individual calls and feedback and attention, and often group calls and resources and bonuses. That's what I'm going to do next with this amazing body of work. And I would love for you to be a part of it if you find that you need something to change in your life, that you want to prioritize your beautiful self even more and wonder how the heck can you do that in the midst of a busy, full life. And I want to show you how simple and just very practical but consistent rituals and approaches and mindset and growth can take you to a much easier place, a much more joy-filled place and peace-filled place in your life. And I promise you, it's quite simple. And I've had several people say that because I'm there to guide you and to show you what this all can be and provide you with a different lens to see transformation with. And sometimes my puppy Selah will also be a part of this. So I hope that you will consider, if you are interested and want to talk more, I'd love to get on the phone with you. But all you need to do is just email me and just say I'm in, and or I want to learn more. But I'd love the I'm in, because we're going to get you in, because these 13 spots are already filling, and I would love to support you in this beautiful and successful and important way. We start officially on
Wednesday, August 2nd
of 2023, and it runs for that following 8 weeks. And even if you have something scheduled or planned during that time, we can still make it work. Don't wait, because I know that when we need change the most, it's our quicker action and not staying in our heads and stewing about it, and instead doing something about it that really takes us into change, and so much faster to the joy and the peace and the ease. So I'd love to support you in that way.